So that's how it is. Dustin listened quietly, his gaze resting on the chessboard as he nodded slightly. Since you helped me out of a tight spot, I'll consider tonight a personal favor I owe you. If you ever need anything in the future, feel free to come to me. He had always been a man who repaid both kindness and vengeance in full. Not only did the matchmaker girl not expose him earlier, she even covered for him. No matter what, he had to return the favor. Mr. Dustin truly is a man of loyalty and principle. I'm impressed. The matchmaker girl nodded with a smile, her charm increasing with her expression. But I'm curious, Dustin continued. What made you come here? Did you already sense something? Those who come to join Julius usually do so for power, fame, or profit. I can spot them instantly. But you, Mr. Dustin, you're the exception, the matchmaker smiled and said. You entered the manor, offered dragon source energy, and sought neither power nor status. You even refused the advances of beautiful women. That can only mean you have another goal in mind. Of course, it was just suspicion at first. I only came tonight to discuss chess with you. Unfortunately, you weren't in the courtyard. It wasn't until the disturbance inside the manor that I realized your true intention. Miss Matchmaker is truly sharp and meticulous, far more impressive than I expected. Dustin nodded in approval. At first, he thought she was just a pretty face. He didn't expect her to be a hidden gem with real insight. In comparison to you, Mr. Dustin, I'm nothing worth mentioning. But you should be careful. Knowing Julius' personality, he won't let this go easily, she warned. As long as there's no proof, he can't touch me. Dustin replied with a faint smile. With his strength, even if Julius wanted to turn hostile, he would have to think twice. Besides, there was no real opportunity to confront him. Just suspicion alone wasn't enough to warrant tearing things apart. As long as you're aware, Mr. Dustin. It's getting late, so I'll take my leave now. The matchmaker smiled again, gave a graceful bow, and turned to leave. As dawn broke, the morning sun slowly rose. At that moment, Julius stood in the middle of the courtyard, frowning deeply as he stared at the empty corridor. Behind him, Zhang He and Wu Yong were giving their report. Your Highness, we've already searched the entire manor 3 times with the guards. We even thoroughly checked the pond, but found no suspicious individuals. Could it be the thief already escaped? Zhang He wiped the sweat from his forehead and cautiously suggested. Before he could finish, Julius suddenly turned around, a flash of cold light in his eyes. Impossible! I ordered the entire manor sealed off before the secret chamber was even breached. Even if that thief had wings, he wouldn't be able to fly out. He clutched the jade pendant at his waist, a gift from the Emperor, but now it felt like a burning hot iron, searing his palm. Seeing this, Zhang He quickly bowed and said, You're absolutely right, Your Highness. Maybe the thief is still hiding somewhere. I'll lead the men to search again immediately. With that, he rallied the exhausted guards and began heading toward a secluded woodshed to continue the search, even though he knew in his heart it was likely futile. After all, if the thief could sneak into the manor silently, they could leave the same way. He didn't dare speak out while Julius was furious. All he could do was search diligently. Glaring at the rising sun, Julius turned and walked grimly toward the secret chamber. He no longer held hope of catching the thief anytime soon. What worried him most now was how much of the chamber's treasures had been lost, especially the rare and priceless items in the treasury. If any were stolen or damaged, it would be like having flesh carved from his heart. He arrived at the ruined site of the secret chamber, where a group of people was still working tirelessly. Fearing damage to the items, everyone moved carefully, digging with shovels at first, then switching to their hands once they got closer, making the process painfully slow. Over 100 people had worked all night, and only now were the outlines of the chamber's ceiling barely visible. To fully excavate the chamber would take at least half a day more. Standing off to the side, Julius stared intently at the deepening pit, his nails digging into his palm. Time ticked by, second by second. Finally, by noon, the entrance to the chamber was exposed. Your Highness! It's open! Someone exclaimed in delight. Julius took a deep breath and, ignoring the risk of collapse, rushed in. A musty, dusty stench greeted him as he entered the dark chamber. Holding up a torch, he looked around, his expression growing darker by the second. The once neatly arranged treasures were scattered and toppled, many already damaged. With just a quick glance, Julius rushed toward the treasury. There, the heavy steel doors were warped and ruined. Half the vault had collapsed, with a giant gaping hole in the ceiling, as if some monstrous force had smashed its way in. Not caring about the dirt, Julius squeezed through the twisted steel frame. But when he saw the scene inside, his vision went black, and he nearly collapsed. The jade box containing the dragon source energy was wide open. The two streams of energy were completely gone. Most of the other rare treasures were also missing, some vanished without a trace, others destroyed beyond recognition. No, impossible! My treasures! My treasures! Unable to bear the blow, Julius let out a wail and collapsed to the ground, falling unconscious.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tight, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase, keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings